discovery of a meditative mood through the relative world. This is the purpose of your relation. Relation is not a stumbling block if you have seen a road going through it. But when our perception is only because I did not get a particular thing or a joy or a love from that relation, then that relation converts into a big stumbling block in our life. It is a stepping stone. Relation in which the truth is not there, meditation deals to remove that unhealthiness of that relation. So, it is going to tell us that I have actually no personal relation with anything. Meditation is a way through which I discover that I don't need anybody or anything in this world. Meditation is a way to find out that I am not made small by anybody. Meditation is a technique to realize that I had never lost anything for which I am crying. The realization of losslessness is the goal of meditation. Sadhana is done with what you have. And one thing you have all the time, that is called your mind. Anything you do is with your mind. You eat with your mind, you sleep with your mind, you talk with your mind. And mind should be made sadhakatama. Mind is a karana. It is an instrument. And definition of instrument Maharshi Panini gives sadhak tamam karanam. Sadhak tamam means what? Which is the most fittest instrument. Like you are writing. So in the writing, eyes are also involved, desk is also involved, paper is also involved. So there are many instruments. But which is the main instrument? Pen. Pen is that is called sadhak tamam. So the mind is the very beautiful instrument. And like I have a mind, there is a total mind also. The mind of Ishwar is also there. So the Ishwar's mind and Jeev's mind, what is the difference? You know what is the difference? Supposing Ishwar's mind is this big. It is composed of Vishuddha Sattva Guna. 98% is Vishuddha Sattva Guna. Maybe 1-2% is Rajoguna and Tamoguna. And because of the Vishuddha Sattva Guna, there is a dominance of all knowledge in the Ishwar's mind. Ishwar cannot make a mistake. Jeev's mind is predominantly Tamoguna and little Sattva Guna is there. Because it is backed by ignorance. Causal body is full of ignorance. Okay? And therefore we have very, very small thoughts, Kam, Krodh, Irsha, Lobh, Ahankar. They rule us. And because of these thoughts, the meditation or meditative lifestyle is difficult. Now we have to make the Jeev's mind Ishwarmay. And the process is that Jeev's mind should touch Ishwar's mind and reduce the Rajoguna and Tamoguna and increase the amount of the sattvic thought, so that the mind becomes a fit runaway for the thought of meditation. And the thought of meditation is realizing that the world and me are not related. I had no relation with anybody. There is no sorrow existing. thought is a very, very powerful thing. Thought has a situational power, thought has illuminational power, and thought has liberational power or binding power. Every thought can or will convert if it is repeated into a situation. Jad Bharat's thought of deer converted into a deer bird. He became a deer. Whatever situation anybody has, please get my point. It is a result of some thought grossifying. Like the vapor grossified becomes a rain. Like a small mud grossified in few million of years, it becomes a rock. Like the water grossified becomes a earth. Your thought which is grossified becomes situation. Thought has a situational power. Number 2. Thought has illuminational power. What is illuminational power? Certain thoughts are there you can see very far and wide. Like supposing a thought of, I have love for my Lord or love for my Guru. So love is a very illuminational thought. But the thought also has blinding power. Like Kam, Krodha are there. You can't see more than the situation. At that time you can't see anything else. So the more is the illuminational power in the thought, more it will show you what is right, what is wrong, what is bondage, what is liberation. What is to be done, what is not to be done. What is rag, what is dvesh, what is your weakness, what is your strength, where you are weak, where you are strong. Don't choose a thought which is a blinding power. I like you a lot. And I am blinded by my likes because I see only your goodness and nothing else. I don't see anything else other than that. This happens with attachment with the family. You don't see anything else other than the family. The thought of devotion is there, thought of austerity is there. They illumine the whole picture. And thought of attachment, hatred, calm, growth, they blind everything and you see only very small part, and that too you see wrongly. If you are blinded in thinking, that means you will fall in your thinking. Because mind is walking. Physical walking is not dangerous. Mental walking is more dangerous. Because you are a blind mind. And when you say I got hurt, because mentally you had fallen down. Therefore you got hurt. Like physically somebody is closing his eyes and walks, he'll fall down and get hurt. Similarly, mentally if you are not having an illumination, mind will get hurt. Because the hardness of your mind is getting hurt. If your heart is hurt, you get hurt. Heart hurts. Third power of the mind is called binding power or liberating power. One is binding thought. Binding thought means it brings the world an object and you are not able to move because of that. I am bound. One is freeing thought. I took Lord's name. I have love for the Lord. Freeing thought means in your mind, you alone are there with the Lord. Or you alone are there as a self. There is no person or no issue is there which is not allowing you to move. But when you are too attached, or when you don't like somebody, or when you are anxious, your mind has become very small and you are not able to move inside the mind, then you are called bound by the mind. That person comes repeatedly in your mind. That issue comes repeatedly in your mind. That is called, he is bound by that issue. You are chained by that issue. You are not having a liberating thought. You are having a binding thought. I have to have a thought which gives a situation so that scriptures come and give attention to, so that gurus give attention to, so that devatas give attention to. This is called quieter life. Second thing I said, illuminational power. And third thing I said, liberational power. Please note, ulta bhi hoga iska. It can be binding power, it can be blinding power also. So what thought you choose, that depends. When you remember the God, when you do sadhana or you do jap, you are touching that 98% of Vishuddha Sattva and you enhance your Sattva. And more you enhance your Sattva, you will have situational freedom, more illumination in the thought, and more liberating power in the thought.